Hey, here's a quick video on how to style your multi-step form in Unbounce. You'll see one of our landing pages here that's using a multi-step form, has a few different options here. So you can click this and go through 3 steps before having to enter contact information. And so this form is actually modeled off of a similar form that we have on our schedule a call page on our WordPress site, which you can see here. It's almost identical, except in this case, it's just one form, as where in our landing page in Unbounce, it's using 3 steps. So when you're actually building the form in Unbounce, it's not overly complicated. You'll notice a couple things here, though. One, we use some custom CSS for our buttons. So for the first 2 questions in the form, they're using radio boxes and check boxes. And in our form, we did use custom CSS to style the buttons a little bit differently for questions 1 and 2. So just keep that in mind. You'll have to have a designer create whatever kind of style you want in CSS and add that to the style sheet in Unbounce, which you'll see down here. So we have one like this, but anyway, that would be a separate task. And so the other thing that you'll notice is that all of the text is kind of stacked on top of each other, and that's intentional because in step 1, it should only show the first copy that's related to the first question, and step 2 should show the copy that's related to the second question. So for example, if we hide some of this text, you'll notice like this is the question for step 1, which we ask what channels are you currently advertising, and then and so on and so forth. The form is set up exactly how you would set up any other Unbounce form. One thing to note, though, is for these questions, you should hide your field labels. So that way it's not taking up too much space within the box that you're creating the form on. Again, that's a style thing, so it may be something that you want to add, but in most cases, I think you would probably remove that, especially based off of the JavaScript that we provided in the article that's linked this here. You have questions and things like that that you can add, and you can add the headlines to those sections in this JavaScript. So just keep that in mind. And when we're in the form itself, you'll notice that it's actually sticking outside of the box. So again, in a normal setting, if you were to activate this and publish in Unbounce, your form would be sticking outside of the box. But because in this case, it's multi-step, it will only show one question at a time, so you don't really need to worry about that. So keep that in mind. And lastly, your first CTA button, in our case, it says next. You're going to want to position that button exactly where it should show on the form. So you'll notice it's here and it's kind of like overlapping in front of question 2. That's okay, because again, this second question here where we ask monthly ad budget will not be showing when someone's actually looking at the form before they fill it out. Right when they land on the page. So keep those things in mind, and that should help make building the multi-step form a little bit easier for you.